Hello friends and hello student. My name is Ashok Sijala. In this session, we learn the update one element in one-dimensional array in C language. So first start my laptop screen and here fix the position so you can watch better my video lecture. And here Turbo C++, I double click and take some process. And now yes is open Alt F file menu and taking new file, and here our goal, write a program to update, or you can say that, or edit or update an element uh, from one dimensional array. So here we can take as a static, and also we can take as a dynamic. So both we have to take static and dynamic array. So yes, what is a update? So any value element is a change and replace as a runtime new element. So you can also say that edit or update, both we have to say. But first we can take the logic as a search and then edit. So here first we can take our header file and conio.h, yes, and then uh, standard input out stdio.h, and then void main, that is our main function, and opening closing brace and declare some variable. So initially we can give the 10 size n, that is size of array, and I, and next our search element. So that s value, search value, that we have to enter, and then we can modify value. So first we can search which value we have to update and which value we have to place. So we can say that n value. So there are two value we can scan. So first we can scan 1D array, and first scan the size of 1D array. So enter 1D array size. So we can scan the n variable. N means number of element. So percentage d and n size we have to scan. You can also take size variable, and then we can give the suitable message to our array. So enter 1D array element, means one dimensional elements, and slash n, and taking one for loop for one dimensional array. So you know very well. So two for loop for 2D array and one for loop for one dimensional and multi array. So you can take more for loop. And here we can scan with index. So x of percentage d, and we can print our I as an index, and then scanf function, and then percentage d and ampersand x of I. So now that scanning is complete, now turn to print our element. So I copy and then paste, and here first give the get ch, and we can first remove the enter word because we have to print. So 1D array element r, just as following means, and here we cannot take slash n because we have to take in printf function, and here there are no required to brace because only one statement, so that brace is a optional. So we can remove this scanf function and take the percentage d, and here we can take as a slash n and remove this brace also. So first we can stack input and output. Yes, so in every my definition you can see in my video lecture, you can input, then process, and then we can take as a output. So first we can take input output, and in between process we can take some paperwork, and then we can means you can first rough work and then dry, that known as a dry run method. So that very trace iteration we can step by step. So yes, here first I save this file now. So 1D array, and that is a update. So update all are not, I think that we can take maximum 8 characters. So or we can also say the edit. Yes, edit. Yes, I think that sufficient 4 letter is there. So array 1D edit. Edit, you can also say the update, both word use. So one element we can replace as a enter by user search and then edit new element. So yes, first our exe file is generated and scan and now run. So here y and give the sequence. So yes, there is a scan with index and print with index. So that is our first part is complete. Now in between we can take as a uh, enter. So here we can say that enter search, or we can say that enter update elements. So from the list you can scan one element search, or you can say that update element. So percentage d and ampersand, and we can say that s value, search value or update value. So now we can search. So for loop, and that we can take the for loop. So I equal to 0, I less than n, and I plus plus. And then we can take if condition, and then here if, so we can say that s value equal of means equal operator x of I. So if equal, so then we can just break the loop. Yes, so we can find, and then we can replace our new element. So first we can search and replace. So yes, here we can search and give the same. So here we can also, yes, I copy and then here paste. So yes, both we have to scan at the same time, and then we can apply to a logic. So enter search. Yes, here we can search. Yes, previously. So search element and update element now ready, and here we can take as a new n or update value. So here after that loop is complete, so we can say that that element we can stop the loop. So we can assign the n value, that is our new element. Yes, just complete that our logic. So just here two scan, because search, or we can say that one element from the list, and replace, or we can say that new element. So that element is a update. uh, yes, and here if that element is exist, so that is a break, and all loop is terminate, and if that not search, so we can say that element is a not exist. Yes, that type of message. But here if any element is there, so we can say that. So let us take how it possibility. So first we can compile. Yes, there is no any error. Let us take, I give the 5 and 11, 12, 30, 40, and 15, and enter search element. So 13, I replace new element as a 18. So let us take, yes, 13 replace with 18. So that is search, first search, and then override, means that loop is break. So I think very simple. So 13 element update means 13 replace taking to new as a update element 18. So any element you can take and the search and then update the replace new element. So that is called edit or update operation. So there are two operations. First we can search and then update. So at a time we can take two operation. So yes, I think very simple. And if element is does not match, so that loop is not means that is a all if. Here we can say that if here we can take as a if condition. If we can check to our element, all element not possibility in the that, so that is pass out, and otherwise that new element is replaced, but that is wrong replace. So means that in garbage value. So what to do? So here we can take as a one condition if provide. So here we can say that if element does not exist, okay, so here we can take one condition. So x of I and not equal to means our search element at the last of the list, so s value. So not is get that we can say that here we can print some message, the search element uh, not exist, okay, and else we can take the new element. So if that element is not exist, so we can say that not equal to. So then and then means not equal to. So yes, I think yes. So not equal to. So all our group is terminated, not equal to. So search element is not exist. And then our new array as it is printed. Let us take this condition is perfectly work or not. So there is no any error, and give the file size, and we can 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. And search element I give the like 18 itself, we can replace new element. So that time we cannot scan, but yes, no problem, because we can take any value 10, no problem, because that not required. So here you can look, search element does not exist. Our update element can scan, but that not apply to any our uh, existing, because that element is not exist. 18 we can search in our list, but that is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that 18 is not possible to search in our list area, means that element. So the search element does not exist, and as it is print, that is valid. So update value we can scan. Yes, that is here. So if you not scan update value is also a possibility. So here we can then after if search is possibility, so we can take this if we can also restricted. So in else part we can take as a new element. So then and then we can scan, otherwise not scan. So that is also a possibility. Let us check. We can some more powerful our programming. So restricted, yes. So then and then search is scanning. Yes, let us I run again and very step by step I explain. Again, I give the same element 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So yes, enter your search element. So 18. So that is not possibility, means 18 is not in the list. So directly, yes, you can look very simple but very efficient. We can take more, because in previously what happened, we can search not exist. So why we can scan as a new element? That is a question. So here we can solve that also question. So I can explain to step by step how to improve your logic. So yes, here search element is not exist, and here like if exit, so what happens? So yes, let us check again. I same value view, and now we can replace some like I enter the uh, 12 or 14. Yes, there is 14 we can enter. So yes, that is a yes. Look here, enter update element. So then and then new element required to your like I give the 20. So look, that is a 14 replace is at 20. So yes, that is good programming. So we can say that exactly our requirement. Yes. So we can first part cover as our definition. So write a program to update or edit an element from static and dynamic. So both. So we can first part cover as a static element. Now here I take as a pointer and dynamic array totally. So here we can use memory allocation function, malloc, calloc, and free function. So pointer is required, and first we can just provide the malloc function. So that is a here and multiply size of integer. So that is a malloc, and here we can need the void malloc return the void pointer. So we can type casting. Just there is no any other change is required as it is. and at last we can free function. So whenever you can use the malloc, you must use the free function. So x, we can take also p, but x is a pointer, so we cannot change all coding over. So yes, malloc and calloc and realloc, then you can must use the free function. Otherwise, your block is permanently blocked, means reserved for, and that block assigned to not compiler to other variables. So that is a reservation. So sometimes that taking problem, but nowadays hard disk size is long, but if previously there is a compulsory, and that is also a good programming sign, you can use as a free deallocation or free the memory. So yes, let us see, yes, any changes. Yes, one header file is required, malloc, and that is alloc.h. So alloc.h is header file, malloc, calloc, and free all function in the same header file. So let us take, so now I can give any size. Let us, we can take only 3 elements. So I give the 10, 20, and 30, and search is at 20 and replace I 25. So look, that perfectly work. And if we now, I can scan any value, that is no any, just 6. So that is a dynamically memory allocation. And now I can give as a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60 also. And your search element, I give the 45, so that is not exist. Yes, so just look, the search element is not exist. We can provide the restriction condition that is known as a restriction. So that is a not a scan or update element. So that is better program. So we can just step by step as a good programming in this session to your reference, very important for your knowledge. So here we can first take dynamic static array, and now we can use the malloc function and free function. And now last session of this, and that is a calloc. So calloc is a malloc, so same, that syntax is different. Calloc required 2 arguments. So here multiplication comma, so that is 2 arguments. And also internal malloc and versus calloc, you can watch my YouTube one lecture, malloc versus calloc. But I just in internal memory is also different. In malloc there are byte assigned, and first byte assigned to our pointer variable, and calloc assign array element and initialize to 0, and first element address to assign to our pointer variable. So that is a calloc. So yes, there is no any change. So we can use malloc free and calloc free. So let us now, we can take as a 5, and yes, now I can search element. So yes, I give the 30 and replace 35. So look, very simple. So yes, all are perfectly well. So now I think you have to understand all the concepts. So we can search one element, and that search is a sequential search. And there are two type of searching, sequential search and binary search. But here we can sequence as 0 element to last, that known as a sequential search. So in data structure in BCA next semester, SEM 2, that is a data structure one subject. There are 7 sorting technique and 2 searching technique, sequential and binary search. Here I just use simple searching. So yes, that is also for your reference, for knowledge. So yes, that step by step I can improve for programming logic. And yes, now write this program to your C notebooks. Very interesting. Dynamic array, search and update. We can one element very, and we can take, yes, here powerful condition. So search is, that element is a search. So then and then that element is a scan. Otherwise that not scan. So we can very improve our logic. Yes, here. So in between we can take logic, that logic start to here and complete to here. Yes. So here very look like long logic, but very simple. So yes, and that is only output. So our new element, and then free function. So that is a malloc, calloc, and free. So yes, write this program to your C notebook. If you prepare, very interesting, step by step, I give the logic, how to search one sequential search, and how to update your one particular element. And if element is does not exist, so you cannot scan and directly give the your search element is not in we can say that yes, here we can require some in search element is not exist. We can say that in 1D array, or we can say that list. Yes, that array is also a list. So yes, linked list in next data structure, some linked list, single, double linked list, take you some algorithm is there. So yes, that is a list. So array is also known as a list, sequential list. So now I complete. So search element does not exist in list. Yes, you can also proper more, and you can also write the search element does not exist in one dimensional array. That is also, I can give just in the list. So yes, now very simple. And here if exists, then and then our search element scan and at a time save to that replace to search element. So that is very simple. So now I close that Alt F3 function key and quit, means exit. So yes, subscribe my channel Ashok Jala Academy, press the bell icon to never miss any update. Thanks for your watching, supporting and sharing my video lecture, and Hare Krishna.